Hey, my Young and the Restless fans. Yes, we got another episode to unpack, and yeah, it was pretty good. First, we have Ashley inviting Tucker to move in with her. Adam and Sally found out that they're having a little girl, even though Nick doesn't seem too happy about that. And then, guess who shows up unalive? None other than Jeremy Stark. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for April 25th. And without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. So let's start out with Tucker McCall. He calls Victor and tell him that, you know what, he signed the papers and McCall Unlimited is all his. And boy, I can't wait till Victoria find out that her dad bought Adam a company. Hopefully Victor will let Adam run it himself without his input, but that doesn't seem likely because Victor got something else up his sleeve, which we'll talk about in a minute. So, speaking of Adam, congratulations to Adam and Sally. They're having a baby girl, and Sally and Adam are just gushing and over the moon about that sonogram pictures that they have. However, Nick, yeah, he's over there yapping, and they're both ignoring him. And I mean, honestly, if he had any decency, he wouldn't even be there. Let Sally and Adam have their moment. Now, Adam asks Sally, how would he ever be able to say no to their little girl? And then we see Victor sends Nick a text that they need to meet. And basically, Sally told him, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. You can go and do what you got to do. Nick asks Adam if he was coming. And Adam's like, nope, I'm good. You can go head on. And yeah, your daddy called you, Nick. Go ahead and get on over there to society. Now, after Nicholas had left, this was a very cute moment between the two of them. They both talked about their past and their childhood and whether it affected their child. And pretty much they just came to the conclusion that, look, all this adversity that we went through made us the persons that we are today. And hopefully we can help our daughter be the best version of herself. However, Sally put something else on the table that, you know what? This conversation has to happen with Connor now. And Adam was like, well, I haven't even talked to Chelsea yet. Chelsea is busy right now with Billy. But anyway, I don't think she would be fazed by that. But yes, that conversation definitely needs to happen. So now we're over at Society where we see Ashley telling Abby that Diane's presence is everywhere. No, your reactions to Diane is everywhere. Go get you some business, girl. Don't you have a company or something or overseas to run? Anyway, saying that Jack is protecting her wreak havoc on the family and company. Girl, please, you remember you stole some perm and thought that a pillow was a baby and the company and the family is still standing. Anyway, she said Jack's only solution is for her to move out. And Abby was like, well, Mom, maybe you should. It's not a bad idea. And I mean, honestly, she looked at her like she was taking Jack's side. I mean, Ashley, seriously, if you can't live in the house with them, go get your own place. You got the money to do it. But this is some type of turf war, according to Abby. And yeah, that's what it's looking like. And I'm telling you, it's going to be some egg on some folks' face when they find out that old dear departed Phyllis is actually still alive. Then she gets a text message from Ashley saying that he's leaving. And of course that man ain't going nowhere. Ashley thinks she's so smart. Tucker is playing her for the fool that she is, while he's also two-timing her with Audra. Boy, can you not smell Audra's presence that just left the room? But yeah, she's trying to play games with Tucker. Tucker is playing chess while Ashley is playing checkers. Now, over at a different table at Society, we see Victor now having a conversation with Nicholas. And Victor brings up the fact that he wants Nick to help Adam with his new purchase of Tucker McCall. And I'm like, oh no. I just put my hands across my face because I'm like, can you let Adam do this alone? Why would you buy the man a company if you want somebody to help him run it? None of this makes sense. And does Victor actually think they'll get along? I mean, Victor actually said, well, you're working together with Sally in the middle. And I'm like, no, Victor, that's not working. And then, of course, with the name Sally coming out of Victor's mouth, Nicholas was like, oh, here we are again. You had to say something about Sally. Man, you should be happy that you having a granddaughter than anything else. And he was like, granddaughter? Yeah, granddaughter, Victor. Yep, you got another Newman coming into the family. So now Ashley is over at Tucker's place, where Tucker is telling Ashley he sold his company and is headed to Peru. Hey, don't get caught up in the same Peruvian jail that Michael did. Anyway, she told him slinking off is cowardly and unattractive, and she asked him to move in with her. Didn't know Peru was located in Genoa City. He said he was leaving the country, not trying to move in with you. She then claims that he will have his own guest room, like she won't be in there. And he claims that she wants him to move in to stick it to Jack. And you know what? After looking at it, I actually think he's right. Well, I mean, honestly, she ended up convincing him by giving him a little lip action. Now, of course, speaking of Jack, he's over at Crimson Lights, and at first he thought that Lauren was going to be pissed that Michael was representing Diane. She ended up saying, we need to be there for each other. I'm mad at Michael and your fiance is in prison. And I'm like, huh? Okay. Well, I guess they're still friends at the end of the day, but they had a very consoling conversation, especially since they expected to be at odds. It's interesting, though, that as soon as Jack took off, Lauren started fussing at everybody else about how he's asking her husband to represent Diane. Go figure, boy, boy, boy. So finally, speaking of Chance, Chance is wondering to Christine if Michael had more luck finding Jeremy than they have. Chance, you won't find him over at Crimson Lights where you spend most of your time. Now, Chance told Sharon that he was thinking about leaving the GCPD because this case reminded him of how much the cops are manipulated by people who think they're above the law. You mean like how Victor manipulated you when he moved Ashlyn's body and told you to forge what you know? Only a cop being manipulated is you, Chance. Chance didn't get a call, and Jack asked him what was that all about. Chance told him that Stark's body has been found. Well, you can't blame Diane for that one, or even Jack for that matter. She's been locked up, and he's been all over town yelling at you. Another case he probably won't be able to solve. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.